Taurus. Okay. It's karma. That's what we are dealing with this week. And karma is not something you deserve, and it's not punishment. It's energy that's built up around you because of what you've created. So it is what it is, but it's unavoidable. It's very poignant astrology this week. Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising sign. It is an energy reading. Guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Taurus-specific content comes out every single Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. There is always an extended reading. That link is right down below in the description box at the very top, and I also pin it to the top of the comment section, or you can join the Unbound membership to this channel and just get all the extended readings for the life of your membership. There is a playlist called Extended Readings for those of you who are Unbound members, so it's real easy to get them. Okay. The huge aspect that starts to happen over this weekend is Venus, which is your ruling dignitary, moves into position where the sun used to be, like just even in the beginning of this week. And that is, she now forms the square to the south node and the north node and Uranus, and this perfect square that goes back up to Saturn and back to the south node. She's in direct opposition to Saturn. My question to you then would be, how have you isolated yourself? How have the choices that you have made isolated you? Now, that is not to blame you. Venus is in Leo. Let's take this very literally. How has leadership and the choices that you have had to make to do the right thing caused you to lose contact or even closeness to loved ones? All you can do is work hard and be consistent and show them that you love them through your consistency. There is this sense right now, Taurus, that I have to make up for something, or I gotta try, because in the beginning of this week, Venus is trine to Jupiter, and then she moves that trine to Chiron. And so she becomes trine to Chiron, opposite Saturn, which is basically making the tough choices for the higher decision. For the more, it's like making the tough choices because you are in a position of authority where you had to make the tough decisions, and sometimes that costs you friends. And the emotional fallout from that is real, but it's also strength training. Going on in Taurus is still Mars and Uranus conjunct to the North Node. And in the beginning of the week, we have the moon there too, which amplifies things because it reflects everything. Which is almost like an in-your-face kind of seeing how decisions you've made have then become stuff that you have to face. Almost in a way, lots of times that parents experience this with their children, because your children are your karma. How you start to see you in them reflected back at you. Holy shit. And now this is what I've built, and this is what I've created. And this drive in you to either make up for it or feel better about it, or, you know, it's not even that it's bad. It's just coming down on you very hard. That's the opposition to Saturn. Luckily, it will not last long. It won't last as long as it lasted almost all Leo season for the poor Leos. For you, it's like a couple of days or maybe a week, but it's not long at all. But this really falls kind of heavy on you, especially in the beginning of the week, where all those choices have somehow clearly been reflected in the words, the statements, the actions, the behaviors of people that you love and that you want to love you. But you made these decisions for the better, for the higher good, for the greater good. Not even, and that's what might be the hardest part for you this week, Taurus, is you don't get to put you first. You don't get to make that decision. It's something more important than you. With Venus in Leo, that's a tough pill to swallow. Transformation is beautiful. So you are becoming who you were destined to become. This is going on to another stage in your life. You are leveling up. You are transitioning to another form. You see clearly now how you got here. It's just absolutely, it's just stark, it's clear how I got here, how the decisions I've made have gotten me to where I am today. And what does that mean for me right now? What is my now-ness? And then we have now is a lucky time. So there can be clearly great fortune in this period of your life, where it's almost like now I finally get to be all that I can be, or see all that I've become, based on looking back in some ways, looking back. Holy crap. You guys just aren't making it. Wow. The luckiness, I just heard this. The luckiness is in that you see this in time to be able to intervene and do something about it, even if it is totally against your character and not for the greater good, but for your own good, which is completely in conflict with Saturn. But something about you makes you realize, I can't give a shit. It's too important. I've got to break free just a little. It's not about rebelling, but remember, you are square to Uranus. That because Venus is also square to Uranus and the North Node while all this is happening. So it's really difficult growth. And it's almost like, before I have to level up again, I'm going to take a little piece of what's mine. You have this lucky window for you to sort of just break away and say for a second, like just be oppositional and say, and it's hard for you because you don't want to, because you feel like it's off and all wrong. But at the same time, I feel like this is what this energy is about for you. Because you're lucky enough to see it coming. So you can plan on everything you need to get done before that time, before that point when you have to get serious again. You are never alone, so you are definitely loved. This is a card that comes up to say, we support you, we care about you. We are showing you how much we love you. And this is you prioritizing how much you love people. It's a great display and demonstration of all that you've done. And it's almost like, Taurus, people are finally recognizing how much you have sacrificed for their sake. Wow. Time to heal. This is getting all the toxins out. Time for a deep dive. Once again, romance, love, attraction, sensuality. And then embrace the in-between, which is Libra energy. This is Libra energy too. Partnership. What I heard when I got that card is like accepting where I have to be right now, but almost promising myself that I'm not going to have to be there forever. And I'm not going to make the same mistakes again, being trapped in service at the complete and total dismissal of myself. And this is only you guys, because you have done it to the extreme. Embrace the in-between. It's time for a deep dive. Honestly, I think you're throwing yourself into love. You're throwing yourself into or at a connection. Like love is the top priority for you right now, or what you love, how much it matters to you. Despite the toxicity, despite the risk, but there's a purging. There's a purging. I definitely... It's like you clearly see what decisions you made that were toxic. You clearly see how the toxicity of a situation has built up and your role in it, because that's what Saturn's about, and then Chiron too. You know, it comes like you open up, you're expanding, and now it's clearly in front of you as you're growing how you've let toxicity slip in and how that has infected and harmed people that you care about, people that you love, or your relationships to them because of your drive, because of your ambition, or because of your lack of willingness to bend when it came to what you felt your duty was, what you felt your responsibility was. And so you clearly see how you have contributed to this toxicity, and that is why you are throwing yourself at love and into a position where you are not comfortable, but you don't care, because the greatest sacrifice you can make now is not doing what is best for everyone, but instead, it's not even being selfish. It's taking almost the common ground. But it's not. It's God, give me words. What is this toxicity? Everything's coming at you all at once. There's also a lot of opportunities coming in. So in other words, toxicity is never saying no. It's every time somebody offers you something or asks you to do something, you never say no. You don't set any of those boundaries. You always find a way to, okay, how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I get it done? And there is toxicity that's been built up from the decision to do that because you have been missing time with people that you care about. You have been missing the loveliness of being able to be in love. Not necessarily romantic, but actually experience and feel and care and just be for a while. Yeah, you've given, this is you, Queen of Pentacles. You've given everything to your duty to the extreme where there is absolutely nothing left for yourself. That is the clarification for the toxicity. And because you see that, now you want to make up for it. And I'm not saying that you owe anybody anything. This is inside of you. That you were like, fuck it to everything else. I need to talk to this person. I need to say something to them. I need this. It's like taking a little bit of you back after giving all of yourself away. Confidence is your key to success. This is Leo energy. Knowing that to take care of yourself is not selfishness. It's wisdom. The Queen of Pentacles, let me tell you her story. The Queen of Pentacles sets the table. And she forgets to set a place for herself. She throws a huge banquet and spends all her money on it. And everybody has a great time. And she's starving with nothing left at the end. So she's very good at giving and taking care of and nurturing others. But she doesn't have the personal wisdom to keep a little bit for herself. And what she doesn't realize is that's actually pretty selfish, because that means she is starving one person to feed everybody else for the engorgement and gluttony of everything else. And that one person she's starving is herself, so she doesn't realize it. So this is when it becomes really clear where you've starved yourself and toxicity has built up. Hatred, anger, jealousy, rage, all of that is toxicity built up from, hey, I'm hungry too. And it's just that primal essence building up inside of you to try to fucking get a little bit that it needs. And it's just bursting out. This Gemini mood, the answers you need are coming. So there's conversations to be had this week, especially about feelings. You're talking to somebody straight, one-on-one, person-to-person conversation. Confidence is your key to success. We've already discussed this. This is recognizing the wisdom of you as a part of the whole, not in separation from it. Also, when you speak to them, finally speak from a position of, I matter too. I have value. The whole conversation is going to change. Be bold and make the first move. Give them a call. Don't wait for them to come back to you. And I feel like this is already you. Like, I don't even have to say it. In this energy, Taurus, there is such a certainty of purpose that nobody's going to need to tell you. You are going after something. Gemini is here. Say what you need to say. Talk directly. Claim a little bit for mine. Say I love you. Indulge in that connection at this time when the whole world, or it feels like the whole world, needs you to be theirs and you've gone so thin. Feed yourself a little bit. Your commitment is being tested. Commitment to what is what I'm saying. What are you committed to? I feel like in so many ways, Taurus, you have completely neglected one commitment to give your all to another, and without recognizing that you had an obligation to the other one too. And the neglect is what's built up. And that's just, this is the karma. This is a karmic cycle that you cannot escape, and it will just be there, right there. You know, the bile rising in the stomach from all the hunger that's been built up. So it's a huge transition of a week for you. It's a huge breakthrough. So what's breaking through? I just want to be specific about that. What's breaking through? What's breaking through? Loneliness. Be feeling like you have been completely isolated. And it is. It's that sense of, how have I completely made myself alone through my commitment to the greater good? How have I completely backed myself into a corner? This is I'll tell you, this is feelings of isolation and loneliness that are coming to the surface, that are just like screaming at you from all directions. Well, it's loneliness. And despite this loneliness, will you be able to keep going forward? Poised, you're ready. You're ready to be with somebody. You're ready to be with somebody. All that, because all that glitters is not gold. All that seems so important, or all that seems like, it's almost like reevaluating. Yeah, like getting a reevaluation, or reevaluating your what's valuable to you. It's almost like you're ready to let somebody in, or at least somebody help you. You're poised. You're poised to be with them. That's all it keeps telling me in my head. You're poised to be with them. You know, you're starting to realize that the shiny stuff is not really the valuable stuff. Let's go into the extended. I really want to go deeper. The link is below, Taurus. I'll see you there.